Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, let me introduce myself first. My name is Meita Septiana. I'm from Microteaching class C from University Muhammadiyah Surakarta. In today's lections, I will teach you about I will teach you about conditional sentence. But there are three types of conditional sentence. That actually, do you know guys about conditional sentence? Do you know about it? If you know about it, I will give you more point. That's interesting, right? If you can answer me, what is conditional sentence? Do you know about it? Anyone can answer this? Okay, so I will answer this. Conditional sentence are also known as conditional clauses or if clauses. They are used to express that the action in the main clause or without if can only take place if a certain condition in the clause with if is fulfilled. And there are three types of this conditional sentence. I will tell you about what is the difference of each sentence. First, there are type 1. It is possible and also very likely that the condition will be fulfilled. The form of the first sentence types is if plus simple present or will or future present tense. And for the sentence types 2, there are it is possible to very unlikely that the condition will be fulfilled, or the form is if plus a simple past or conditional I, or it is same like would and infinitive. And the type 3 of conditional sentence is it is possible that the condition will be fulfilled because it refers to the past. The form of the conditional sentence type 3 is if plus past perfect or conditional to, or would plus have plus past participle. Usually it used to reverse to the past. And today we gonna learn about conditional sentence types 1, the easiest one of conditional sentence. Okay, I will show you about conditional sentence. Can you see this? Yes, the conditional sentence is it's possible and also very likely that the conditions will be fulfilled, or we can say that the form of this sentence or this conditional sentence is if plus simple present and will or future, not and, but you can change it if you can plus it with simple present or with the future or will, or like this. The example of this is if I find her address, I will send her an invitation. That's the most easy example of it. And now I will tell you about what is the purpose of this study. The purpose of this study is to show you guys about I will show you about what's the purpose of the study first, okay? Before we are going to more deeper about this metrics, okay? Presentation, just not presentation, but I will show you once. The form or the key of this sentence, if like what I say is if plus present tense, or it doesn't have to be a present tense, but you can use simple future tense that is input will on it, right? Wait. Here I will show you like this. It is if clauses. If you know about if clauses, the form will be like this. You can use if clause first, then you can pass it with main clauses, or maybe you can use main clause first and then you can pass it with if clauses. The purpose that you can use this for making plans, or then talking about future activities, or you can give advice or recommendation to the other people, like that. It is very the easiest part of this material from the conditional sentence, because with this you can study about what is the function of if when you want to talk to someone or other people in the native language, like this. I will give you the other thing about this. If clause and main clause in the conditional sentence type 1 or in this material have relate word or relate sentence, because if you say if clause first, then you will find your answer in the main clause, or if you use your main clause as first, then you will find the if clause as the answer of what you are questioning. For the example, there are one example. This is, you can see I work here if clause or as expressions of condition, and the main clause is can express a result, a recommendation question. First is if you say if it's sunny tomorrow, then you answer I will go to the beach. That's meaning that if that's the meaning of if here, if in here is something that possibilities to happen tomorrow. So if tomorrow is gonna be a sunny day, then you will go to beach. But if tomorrow not a sunny day, you want to go to the beach. That is that's relatable to each sentence. So the sentence is relatable to the sentence, because if tomorrow, if that's only happen if tomorrow is sunny. If not, then it won't be happen. It will not happen. So if tomorrow is sunny, you will or I will go to the beach. But if tomorrow not sunny, you want to go to the beach. Understand? And the second one is if you pass the test, and the answer is you will get a certification, which is the meaning of this is if you pass the test, you will get a certification, but if you are not pass the test, then you won't get the certification. Understand? Here is, if you pass the test, then you will get a certification, but if you not pass the test, you won't have certification. Understand? This is talking about future. If you're curious about what is the context of this is example of this one. I write this right. I say you can use if clause for making plans or for telling about future activities, or you can say about advice and recommendation. And the first one, when I say if it's sunny tomorrow, I will go to the beach. That's the example of making plans. And the second one, if I say that if you pass the test, you will get a certification. This is talking about future activities. Maybe you can go there. Or this is another talking about future activity. You can use this for talking about future activities. The example is, if you get approval for the project, you will begin on Monday. That's meaning of, if you get approval of your projects, you can begin the project on Monday, on the next Monday, on the next day maybe. But if you don't get your approval for your project, you won't start your project. You won't begin your project. It can be delayed or anything. So that's the possibility. We are when we are talking about conditional sentence about if, we are gonna talking about possibility that will be happen in the future. The last one, I will give you about example if clause that you can use for advice or recommendation. This is the last one. Example is, if you go to Paris, you should visit the Louvre. It is a place in Paris. That's a recommendation from you. Or you can give another example, like maybe you can say, if you go to Paris, you should try this food or this drink or go to this place. That's another example of using if clause or conditional sentence type 1 if for giving advice or recommendation. And then I was forget about this. You can decide. I will give you another example. If you here I word it like if clause can be if clause in the first or in front of it, or if clause can be the second one, like this. You can use main clause then if clause, or you can use if clause first then main clause. I will give you example of if you want the main clause as first, like this. This is another example if the if clause is the first is in here. Which one? It's here. Yes, this is. If I find her address, I will send her an invitation. And if it's back, or if you want the main clause in the first, you can say like, I will send her an invitation if I find her address. So the meaning of this sentence is almost same to each other, to one of which the meaning is same, but you can say that if you know the address, you will send to him, or you can say it like I will send to him or her if only I know her or his address, right? Now I will give you a task to you to write it at home as a homework. You can finish it at your house. The homework is this. First, if Caroline blah 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 the salad, Bill blah 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 the house. The second is if Bob blah 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 up the kitchen, Anita blah 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 the toilet. And the last one is Frank blah 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 the drinks. If somebody blah 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 him carry the bottle. You can answer this, and we are gonna make the correction in the next measure or next meeting. I think that's enough for today's meeting to tell you about this material. I hope this material will help you so much and give you much lessons about conditional sentence type 1. Thank you so much for your attention. See you on the next meeting. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.